Okay, so I'm Rachel. I'm one of the members of the Postgrad Research Committee, the Student Committee, that's the word. And I'm going to talk to you first about our society and about Postgrad Day, and then I'll talk to you a bit about student experience. So society currently is our current members. We've got Iris, who's in the front, who's from Psychological Medicine and Clinical Neuroscience. There's myself and Anya from Institute of Cancer and Genetics. There's Marcella, who's from Infection Immunity, and Fiona, who's Primary Care and Public Health. There's Philip, who's from Molecular and Experimental Medicine, Fraser, who's from Dental, and Sabina, who's one of our MRes students. So we're always looking for new members if you want to come and join us and help us run our society. So we'll be here at the lunch and at the Student Staff Forum if you want to come and ask us about the society. And what our society does is the main thing we do is represent the student views within the school. We attend the student staff forums and also the research degree committee meeting. We always send a representative to talk about any student issues, and so we can report back as well about what the committee are discussing. We've also been consulted about the postgraduate space, which is just about to open up in the Heath campus, which is really good. And what currently feels like the biggest thing, which is organising our postgrad research day, which I'll talk about more in a minute. So the postgrad student space at the Heath is going to be opening soon. It will be along on the second floor near the postgrad research office, which you'll, I'm sure, at least find out where it is soon. And it's a really good space for us at the Heath, which we've not had before, and it will include a silent study space where, which can be booked out to hold some of the postgrad courses. If not, it's just a good place if you want to go out of your office to do some work or do some reading. And also have a kind of chill out space. It'll have a TV in it, so you can have some coffee, and if you want to, again, just get away from the office, away from work with some friends, and kind of hang out here up at the Heath. So that'll be opening soon, so I'm sure you'll get some emails about that once it's opened. And the biggest thing we're doing at the moment is organising Postgrad Research Day, which is going to be the 16th of November. And it is a great opportunity to meet other students, other PIs, and to be able to talk with our sponsors who'll be there as well. And we've also got two great guest speakers, one of whom is Professor Nick Finn, who is interested in respiratory diseases, and he's the head of the Pandemic Influenza Office at the Health Protection Agency. And he's also worked with the World Health Organization on various flu-related assignments. And we've also got Sir Mark Walpork, who is a British immunologist who used to be the head of medicine in Imperial College London when he researched immunology and genetics of rheumatoid disease. He then went on to be the director of the Wellcome Trust since 2003, and he's just been appointed the government chief scientific advisor. So really great, two really great talks, and we also have lots of talks from students within different institutes, and we have posters and we get lunch. What's not to love? So make sure you register with our Gmail account by the 14th of November. So you can come along, it's a really great day. So put it in your diary now. So I'll just talk a wee bit about the student experience. I should probably say I'm currently just about to start my second year, so I've had a year of doing a PhD at Cardiff. So Cardiff, if you're new to Cardiff, is pretty awesome. I've told all these facts are correct. It is the 6th best shopping destination in the UK and has more hours of sunlight than Milan. Don't believe that, but all right. Cardiff, Wales said it was true. Okay. Also, the museum has one of the best collections of art outside Paris. I've not been, but seemingly it's great. And also, the main reason, the great reason why we're here, is Cardiff University is a member of the Russell Group, which rates universities on degree research, which is a really great reason to be at Cardiff because they do great research here. Also, being a postgraduate in School of Medicine is pretty awesome, with all the research, the reading, seminars and lectures, which all make up part of being a postgrad here, but it is hard work. So one thing you need to do, and one thing which I think is really important, is trying to meet new people when you come to Cardiff. There's the biomedical research course, which I'm sure someone's already talked to you about, which will run from October to January. It's a great way to meet people, and I've met some of my really good friends attending the course. There also is starting out inductions. There's normally a couple of them. That's another great way to meet people. It's like a lot of ice-breaking activities, and it's really good information as well about coming to Cardiff. There's also lots of training courses that are run by the grad school, either at Park Place or at the Heath with our new graduate centre. And these are great because it does teach you new skills, things you can really use for your research, but at the same time, there's always a lot of chats and coffee breaks and a good chance to kind of meet people. And Cardiff University has tons of clubs and societies which are so varied. The best thing to do is look on the website. You can find something to interest everyone, and they all meet at different times. They sometimes do weekend things, so that's a great way to meet people. And also do lots of events at the grad centre. They do movie nights, they do trips, especially if you're new to the UK, quiz nights. So try and get involved, try and meet people, because I think that really does help, especially when you're new to Cardiff and PhDing. So at the Heath Hospital, where we are now, there's Heathfields, which is just along the corridor. So there's hot food most of the day and until midnight, and you will need that. 9 o'clock when it opens, it's great. And you also get staff discount for postgrad students. Sometimes they ask for like a NHS card, but so you can get that. But it's pretty good food, not gonna lie. Also the concourse, which is down the corridor, which has a variety of shops, coffee places, banks, post offices, so all very useful. There's a sports and social club, which is over by the main entrance, which has a gym and a bar, which is really good prices for students, lots of classes. It's really good value, especially if you're leaving from work. There'll be the graduate space. There's the IV lounge, which I've never found, I'm not gonna lie. But I believe it's somewhere in the campus. I believe it does good food. But a warning, you will get lost all the time. I still get lost, but don't worry, just look for someone who looks like a doctor. They generally know where things are. So, things to do in Cardiff when you're not at work. There's tons of beautiful parks, especially when we have the more sun in Milan. So I'd make use of them. It's also a lovely place to visit St Fagans, Cardiff Castle and Cardiff Bay. All really nice, especially if you've got a nice day. And there's tons of, down at the Bay and the Millennium Centre, they've always got lots of shows on, lots of operas, which is really great to visit. There's good shopping here as well, with the main shopping centre, which is the Queen's Shopping Arcade, St David's. Also London's lovely markets. They do lots of local products. They do lots of kind of craft things at St Mary's. I was meant to say St Mary's Street, it doesn't. And there's also Cardiff Market, which is in the city centre. And there's lots of sports, such as rugby. I would elaborate, but I don't know what to say about rugby. I know it's big in Wales. Oh, have you? Fantastic. So, as I said, rugby. So some tips on being a PhD student in Cardiff. Make sure you attend the lectures, most of the information they give, to meet people. It's also good just to get to know who people are, and like if you want to contact someone because you want interested in doing some bit of work or doing some bit of research, then you know, well, that person lectured me on it, which is very useful. Keep lab books up to date, because you always need to go back to remember how to do something, and you forget, and it's a pain. So keep them up to date, keep good notes. Go to the training courses run by the postgrad college. They are very useful, very fun, nice way to get out of the office for a day, it's great. And the stuff that they do teach you in these lectures are very applicable to your research and to your work. Be organised and do lots of planning. I can't stress that enough, how you need to be organised. I love my Google Calendar, it's great. So definitely do lots of planning, and it will help in the long run. Also need to do lots of reading and writing. It's kind of a given. You're doing a PhD or an MRes, you need to do lots of reading and writing. And things will take so much longer than you expect. Nothing works the first time. It works the first 6 times and it stops working. It'll happen, but it's research and it becomes quite fun. You start to expect it. And so get involved in the school activities and in the institute activities. You're all in different institutes, and I know I'm in the Institute of Cancer, and there's lots of activities, lots of seminars. I'm sure there is in the other institutes, so try and attend them. It's a good way to get to know people within your institute, and a good way to see what research is going on. And have regular meetings with your supervisor, because it's good to get to know your supervisor, and at the same time, there's always lots of good ideas come out of these meetings, and projects change every 5 minutes, and it is good to meet them. And don't feel scared to ask for help, either from your supervisors, from other students, from lab techs. They're so useful, and there's a massive knowledge, and have a lot of fun. Doing a PhD is great, being in Cardiff's great, so enjoy it. That's all. Any questions? No worries.